Yeah, all sorts of messed up. I've made a mistake. I didn't move my mic. Changing setup. Let me mute this real quick. Okay, should be good. I shouldn't mess with that. I think it's set up right. It seems okay. I still never moved my mic away from my computer. I really do need to do that. I've got the extension cords I need now. I just need to reset up my whole thing. Oh yeah, this needs to actually point at me. Yeah, I need to reset up my whole, like, everything I'm doing here. Probably move things around in the living room. Okay, where to start? Well, I guess first thing to start with is made some new emotes. Okay, I definitely don't want to show this. I think I can do that and it still works fine, right? Maybe not. I should just do this. Okay, and so that clearly doesn't work. Oh, yeah, okay, that's because I just walked over. Right, if I did this. Okay, here we go. I got some new emotes. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know. Twitch added a bunch of new stuff. There's like 5 free emotes now that you get just for like following the channel. It's kind of cool. So I drew a bunch of new emotes. This one is bling. That one's for tier 3 subs. I tried to make it kind of fancy. I've got a cry emote now. I've got this cursed emote, which you got to spend a lot of bits on. There's 3 emotes. You spend like 5k bits, 10k bits. No, it's 1k, 5k, 10k. And I think if you unlock 10k, you get 25k. That's the 10k one. I got this one, Dense. This is a tier 1 sub. I love this guy. Genius. Though I spelled it wrong on purpose. I just think he looks funny as hell. Where I got the inspiration for this one, I was having so much trouble thinking of things after a while, and I was just looking up Looney Tune faces because that's like the funniest faces I could think of. And I saw one of Daffy Duck. He makes that like squinting face, so I was like, "Oh, that looks kind of cool." And I started drawing it, and then I was just like, it just looked right if I put a gigantic head on it. And I was like, "Okay, that's the giant forehead, you know, smart guy emote." So I think that's my favorite one. It just looks so stupid. He's got like forehead wrinkles. I got a lurking emote. I changed the axe one to a knife because a knife just kind of looks better. The axe is like the wrong size, right? And it just looked kind of weird, right? It looks like a little hand axe. So I figured a knife would look better, so I did a little bone knife kind of thing. I got 2 of those, so you can still dual wield it. I got a Pog Champ, which just looks a lot like Pog. I did a Kappa Pride or Pride emote. Of course, there's the pun emote. It's still in there. There's a Rage emote, which I am amazed how closely this resembles Godzilla. I was not thinking Godzilla when I did it, but after I was done and I looked at it, I was like, that looks just like Godzilla's face. I did not use Godzilla's face. I was just doing like, I used like a werewolf as a reference. And I guess Godzilla looks like a werewolf. He's got the same mouth shape. But when I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, God, I just drew Godzilla. It was so weird. But I still like it. It looks really cool. It's just the Rage emote. These are the old ones. I'm not keeping them in. They were just like recolors so I can fill up the emote list. I did this one. It was supposed to be a simp emote, but apparently you can't use simp on Twitch anymore. So I don't remember what the name I came up with. It was unique. I like the fact that there's nothing unique about it. So yeah, it's just one of those, like, I don't know. I was looking at a bunch of emotes, and there's like this Pikachu one where he's just got like a ditto face, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I'll just do that. So yeah, a lot of my ideas, I mean, after a couple of them, the like basic ones, I was just like, what the hell do I do? And that was one. We got the smile emote. I like it. It looks real nice. I think that's it. The rest of them are just like subscriber badges. So I did that on my for the last little bit. So my day off, my 2 days off, ended up not actually doing much. I did finish the alien boss fight, so I got that much done. So we're past programming stuff. But yeah, my days off, I ended up just spending a lot of time with family, so I didn't really get to work much on it. Yesterday was Sunday, right? Today's Monday? Or is today Tuesday? Today's Monday. Okay, so yesterday, I just went through in a notepad trying to work out more of like what the cutscenes are that I'm going to be working on. Also spent some time trying to look up ideas for UI because I have very next to zero experience with user interface stuff. And I really just have no idea what I want. And it's amazing. You look up, every game seems to have its own user interface, except for like mobile games definitely have their own style, which everybody's copying everybody, it seems. But every other game, I was just looking at like all the things I like, and it's just amazing how like different everything is, and there's so many styles that it's hard to like pick what you want. So I came up with something that I thought might be interested in. I'm going to try, but I really have no idea. I watched Jaws, the movie, because it'd be weird to make a Jaws clone game without watching a movie, and gotta say that movie is still really good. Like, I knew it was a good movie, but watching it again, I'm just like new appreciation for how great that movie actually is. I just love the fact that like your main 3 characters, the 3 guys, they kind of start off a bit antagonistic towards each other, right? But it's something that you don't really see in movies, to where they all kind of like, get over it and come together before the shark even attacks them, right? It's interesting. Like, you don't ever see that. Usually it's like, it's the conflict that causes people to like get over the differences. In this, it was like it was a lot more human, to where they kind of like all start becoming friends, and then by the time the shark actually does show up, they're all like actually working as a team. Like, why don't movies do that enough? So I don't know. I just think Jaws is a great movie. I did get some great inspiration, a couple ideas that I thought about adding to the cutscenes as little references and stuff. So I'd like to do that. It was nice seeing I saw a few things that were really interesting that I'd like to try out. And actually, now that I think about it, there's one I forgot to write down. Um, one is like the way water looks. Like, I got to see what it looks like really good, and that gave me a good, like, I don't know, that just made it click to where, okay, I understand how to make like water surface now. Where it's basically just a bunch of, if you're going to do it with particles making water, the top area of it is like a lot of white lines that randomly appear, and then the middle half is just a lot of white dots that randomly appear. So if you set it up like that, it kind of looks like sparkling water. And yeah, it's just, I never really looked at it and broke it down into like, okay, how would I do this and not, you know, make animating. Animating that by hand would be just too hard. But using particles, I think I can make it happen. I'd like to try and do it with like one of my cutscenes. I don't want to have animated cutscenes, but I might have some like some faux animation, you know. Anyway, one of the ideas that I had, I get to see some of the boats at night and what their lights and stuff look like, and that I might try and draw like specific lights for the boat. The lights for the boat, it's like this like bunch of circle yellow lights and then one big spotlight that moves around. I thought that was pretty cool and it looks interesting, so I might try and do that and add that to the game. Need to draw the lightning, which I think is what we'll do first, and then I was thinking I'm probably going to destroy the boat before the final boss. So in the stage, I need artwork for the boat that's been destroyed. And I might even have it like, no, I'm not going to have it sink because I still want the wreckage to be floating on top of the water for the very final cutscene. So yeah, I just need to draw like the boat as it's been destroyed, which I don't know how I'm going to go about that. Yeah, as far as scenes is concerned, I did go through all this, and I tried to come up with as many as I could, mostly figuring all this stuff out. So there's a lot of scenes that I want to draw. I'm going to do them in a very simple way, I believe. I've gone through and looked at references of other games that I was thinking about. And there's a lot of malls in my house for some reason. Yeah, I was looking at references from other games, and so I brought them in here. I'm gonna go ahead and look at them real quick. So just some things that like, this is how like old NES cutscenes used to look. So there's a popular one from Ninja Gaiden. I was thinking I could do something like that where at the very end he's looking over like a water wreckage or something. I probably am going to do like a reference to Ninja Gaiden's cutscene because they're actually like, they were some of the best on the NES, so be remiss not to add it. Taking drugs is stupid, right? So this is like an example of silly dialogue. What I was talking about is it was mostly due to the translation at that early Japanese to English. And usually it's the English translator's fault. I don't know. They gave it to like record companies and stuff a lot of the time. So I want to do some stuff that's similar to these types. There's Blaster Master's cutscene, which I love this. Like it's got a bunch of negative space and then just a little window. I think I'll do this and then put like any words will be on the bottom. I got a couple ideas for how I think I'm going to have this look, but I like this idea where it's just a small picture in the middle, which to me is very NES. That's usually how it is you just had this little window for the actual art. So you just kind of have to tell the story through a couple pictures. And Blaster Master's is so weird. Like he's looking at this frog. Like if you don't read the book and you have no idea what's going on, when you first open the game, the frog jumps out of the cage. Frog hops to this radioactive container and he's got his car. And I guess he's in like a big shed. I don't know. Frog jumps on the radioactive container. There's some faux animation here to where he shifts from being a little frog to a bigger frog, right, as he like mutates. Then he jumps down a hole, and I love this like background. Yeah, it's like just this barn, nondescript kind of thing. And then he jumps down the hole for whatever reason. In my head, I always thought he shrunk down. Like everything in the game takes place where he's tiny, and I don't know. I saw a frog grow large, and I just thought, oh, everything's shrinking. I don't know what the hell's wrong with my kid brain. But no, he doesn't shrink down. Anyway, he falls down the hole. He finds a tank that can jump, and then all of a sudden he's all geared up and ready to go. I don't know what the hell is going on. And then there's like this little scene where it animates it taking off with the music starts. It's so good. I love the cutscene, but it does like this trail shooting off. I think that's like a good example of what I want to do for like silly kind of cutscene kind of thing. That's its menu showing controls. I might do something like that at the beginning of the game. That would be interesting. Just one screen to be like, here's the controls you need to know for the rest of the game. This is Chrysalis. 1997, October 1st, the end day. Yeah, the end of the world, 1997. Which, NES was like 1985. This game is probably, most of these games are like 87. This is 1990. So they thought in 7 years, or probably 8 years when they were making it, they thought the world was going to end. And that was a good time to set it. Savage war engulfs the world. Civilization is destroyed. An evolution had taken place. The Earth's axis shifted, and all creatures became mutated. Life would never be the same. This animates, fire animation. Those surviving vowed not to repeat their mistakes of the past and erected a great tower in the sky to oppress evil forever. I don't think this is a good translation, but it might be. It kind of looks like it's telling the story that has been translated. I'm curious about that. That's Chrysalis's like menu. So I think I'm going with something fairly simple and retro looking for menu. But I did come up with like an idea of maybe what I want to do for that. This is Jaws, 1987. It's a great year. This is the start screen for Jaws, so get ready. You got lives, a high score, your shells, which is like our points, Jaws power, that says HP. I'm not going to do anything like this because a lot of this information isn't necessary. Only thing I would actually show on this screen would be what your meteorite fragments is. It's just like what the bottom screen of it looks like. So the problem I was having is like I didn't really leave myself any room to put like a black bar with information. So whatever I do, it's got to be very, very simple. I think the only thing I would actually want to show is how many meteorite fragments you have. And I'm really thinking about maybe just sectioning that off for the pause screen. So once you pause the game, you get like a little menu, you know, exit, save, or I don't even know if there'll be a save, but options menu, you know, just get the pause stuff. And on that menu, I can just put how many meteorite fragments you have. And then there's nothing on the screen otherwise. And I think that might be the way to go. Typically, I don't like intrusive UI stuff to begin with. So I'm thinking I'm going to go pretty simple on this. I will probably put it, I mean, I kind of need a meter for the overworld part. But for the stage part, I don't think I'm going to have anything. Just one of those cutscenes when you can track Jaws. This is like the boat coming in, your power gets raised. I don't know if I mentioned, I think I did at some point, that I actually finally beat Jaws a while ago. I started working on this before I'd ever beaten the game. which is funny. It's actually a really easy game once you know how to do it. I still haven't done any minigame stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I think I might do at least one minigame. But I want to get through most of this stuff before I decide to add that. If I do a minigame, all I'm going to do is add probably a plane and then some sort of like repeating background. It'll be kind of like a side-scrolling thing where you drop bombs on fish. So very similar to the first game. So yeah, it shouldn't be too complicated, just a little extra thing if I do bother with it. Section Z, they've got like this, again, this little box window in the middle, and the rest of it's just a solid color. It just shows screen moving around, the guy comes up on screen to show him off, kind of like what the UI looks like in Section Z. It's a really fun game, very hard game. It's another one where he's like coming in, takes off. Oh, Black Manta. So this is my, out of everything, this is the game I think about when I think of like silly cutscenes in an NES game. It's not, this isn't Ninja Gaiden, it's the other Ninja game that I played. I always mistook this one from Ninja Gaiden though. Part 2, Tokyo, Japan. It's just showing like, yeah, they had a lot, they did this like controller input thing screen a lot, which you can't really understand what any of this is. And this is its cutscene. Ring ring. Who could be calling in the middle of the night? I love it. It's just a ninja. It's just, yeah, you know, in the middle of the night when I'm hanging around in my ninja outfit. Hello? Hello, Manta. Master, what's up? You've heard about the disappearing children in New York? Of course. Well, it looks like the kidnapping theory was correct. How's that? You've taken several children, including my youngest student, Tara. But Tara is a sharp boy. He left a clue. We found a letter at the scene. It says, please send help. We've been kidnapped. It's just so stupid. And are being held near the waterfront. It's time I got to the bottom of this. I'll find Tara, put an end to this madness, once and for all. Good. May the force of eternal wisdom be your guide. And it just starts. New York. Bam. I love it. I want to do something goofy like that. I'm not going for a good story. I'm going for like cringy, weird story that hopefully doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't know how well I'm going to get to that because it's been an afterthought. I probably shouldn't have been an afterthought. But we'll see. I love that style. If I could emulate that kind of like weird, what the heck is going on, you know, thought, I think I've done well. Alright, so that's kind of like what I want to do. Alright, outside of that though, we're going to be drawing like a lightning brush to start with. Probably doing things that aren't cutscenes just yet. Honestly, I forgot the other UI stuff that I wanted to do first too, so we won't get the cutscenes for a little while. I want to draw the lightning. I want to do the destroyed boat thing. I want to try the lights for the boat. And then I want to try and like figure out the overworld UI, stage UI if I'm going to do it. I've already done the oxygen meter, so that's cool. Oh, that's right. I do need to show like items on screen, which I don't know how I'm going to do that. I got to draw a research screen. I'm going to do a research screen that can kind of be used for researching everything. I was going to use, for this one, when I think research screen, I think of XCOM. If you don't know, like, I'm not talking the new XCOM, but the old 2D one. It was on PC. Every time you, like, do your dissections of enemies, it was always, like, creepy looking, them laid out on the table, cut open, autopsies. And there'd be a little description of what's going on. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm going to give it a shot. I like the idea of making it sound kind of scientific about what the particular creature's like, with some information about like how they behave. I just like to do that so that there's a little more content in the game, and it's just like a single screen. It should be. There's the dock menu, so whenever you go to the dock, selecting all the different options you can choose, I want to do that. I'd like to get that all on one screen, so it'll just be a bunch of icons with some words at the bottom that change depending on what icon you have selected. There's the cutscene UI, which is kind of like, I mean, I don't know what I'll do there. I'll probably save that for when I do cutscenes. But it might just be like a single color, like black, with a little window. I don't know. I'd like to draw the title menu, the load menu, the options menu, key binding menu, and then there's a lot of like key binding keys that I gotta draw. There's game over screen. We'll have to figure out how that works. And then we'll move on to cutscenes. So, that's the plan. Anything else I didn't talk about? I think that was it. Alright, I need to get pen to paper again. So it's been a while since I've done art. Well, I say that, I just did a bunch of emotes. So not that long. But yeah, I'm not exactly sure where I want to start here. Well, one thing I need to do, I never turned on music, so let's start there. Speaking of that, I need to plug in my headphones. Yeah, it's very quiet. Yeah, I've got my lawnmower, not lawnmower, I got laundry going. And that fan on the computer, it's actually pretty loud, especially when I stream. What I really need to do is move my computer into another room and bring the cords, you know, to reach in here. I don't really want to enclose the computer or anything because that'll cause it to like overheat. But if it had like a wall on the other side of it, that would help. I don't have any closets or anything around here. And the other room would be the dining room. I actually don't know what I'm going to do about that. I know that air noise is really annoying. I've tried to suppress it as much as possible. Alright, let's do a lightning brush first. This is something I've been putting off for a while, but I really want one. So, you know, this is what Clip Studio's default lightning brush looks like. If I even have it, it's not going to be in one of my brushes. It's going to be somewhere around here. There we go. The default lightning brush looks like this, which is okay. Definitely has that lightning look. Problem is, pattern repeats a little too often, and it repeats the same pattern mostly every time you draw a line. It's not too bad, but you see, like, yeah. See, like this, and that. Every time I start one, 3 of these have been the same pattern for the most part. This one reversed right here. So that's okay, but it's just not enough variance. Like these 3 patterns repeat. So I want one that has a lot more randomness in it and probably has a different look to it, but I don't know exactly. I need something generic that I can kind of use in most lightning situations to quickly draw lightning, because drawing lightning manually every time is pretty annoying. I actually don't remember what I used for grayscale. It was just white and black. Yeah. I mean, this is the place to be. This is where all my other stuff is. Yeah, just white and black and gray. I'm not exactly, I should look at this real quick. How does this lightning brush work? Okay, so this lightning brush is 3 different images that repeat. It probably doesn't randomize very well, but it does pretty good. It like flips on the X coordinate, or yeah, it mirrors it. And it probably does do like, I don't know if it does 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, if it goes like a random order. I'm gonna do something a lot more in depth than that though, I think. The thing is, this kind of lightning is very fictional too. It's fantasy kind of lightning. Doesn't actually look like that. I don't know if I want to change the style completely. I don't know. It's a bit weird. Because, yeah, lightning does do all this fork stuff. But the second it has, like, it makes contact, all those forks just disperse. And it goes into that single contact beam, which gets really bright. But when you look at this, you do think electricity. I've seen a lot of like I mean, I worked at a nuclear power plant, so I'm kind of like I'm picky about this because every time I've seen lightning or electrical arc flash, they don't ever look like the fantasy version. They're just like a blinding white light and one solid beam. Like, it makes me laugh because anytime you see like a wizard or something in a fantasy where they like cast lightning, like that is so tame compared to what it would actually feel like if you were near somebody that could throw a lightning bolt. Like, lightning bolts can shake your heart when they hit near you, you know? If you've ever seen a lightning strike nearby, it's like, yeah, it's jarring. If somebody could really throw a lightning bolt, it would be more terrifying than a shotgun. Like, the light, everything about it would be just like, yeah, I'd be more afraid of somebody that can throw lightning than somebody who has a shotgun or a machine gun. I don't know. The lightning's just like so overwhelming. There's a reason it's like considered the weapon of gods, right? So I just want to know, do I want to go more realistic or should I just do this same kind of style of lightning? It depends on like what I want to draw. What's the whole point of this lightning brush? I think the point of it is to draw lines in that sort of lightning style. And then once I have that, I can do my like the art part of it myself, right? Yeah, now that I think about it, this is really just a glowing white line sort of thing. Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure I have pictures of lightning. I definitely had like animations of it. I don't remember where it is now. Just pulling up some images that I can use to get an idea of what this looks like. Honestly, the images I've got, they're so simple. I wonder if I want to do anything more than that, but I guess not. It's just a white line, which sounds too plain to me. And how do I make a straight line wiggle? I guess what I need to do, I need to find a way to make it like tile correctly. Okay, and I need to know, oh my goodness, I think I use like a sharp brush, something like this, white. This would be a lot easier if I was doing it on black. I need more anti-aliasing on that. Here's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's say I do this. Stay with me. I think it's shift. If I hold shift and drag, it'll go straight down. Right? So now I've got something that tiles from top to bottom. As long as I connect those points and don't go outside of them, then I can do a whole bunch of these. I don't think I need that. And then they will do what I want. How many would I need? I mean, it shouldn't be hard to do a bunch of these, right? That's 6. Do 10? Is 10 too much? 6 sounds like a lot. Let's just start with 6. Alright. So what I've got here are these little spikes, and these technically transition from top to bottom perfectly right now. Also, this brush resizes as I resize the brush, which is unfortunate. Well, not really. Oh, crap. Every one of these I have to do on its own one. Right? Okay, so we got these different little lightning arcs, and they all tile perfectly, and then I just do the glow part of it. But what I need to do here, yeah, I screwed up by not keeping these perfect. What's the best way to do this? I need the glow part to also tile correctly. I did not plan this very well, because I didn't do that. Okay, I can fix that though. I think what I need first is to make sure these are all actually like pixel perfect where they're supposed to be. All right. Now I need to, I need to do that glow thing as well on its own layer. All right, I didn't really think about this, but I'm not gonna do the grayscale. Oh, if I just did black for the glow, it'd be weird, but I gotta do the glow underneath it. Probably work. So, yeah, now we're using black. Okay, I'm trying to give enough on both sides so that when I take this and cut it like this, moved it to the side. It's very unfortunate. I needed to go straight up. So this is its coordinate, right? I don't know. Let's just try and go straight up. I think that's it. So that should be a perfect as well. And I can do each of the arcs themselves as long as I blend it really well. Okay. So all of these need one of these. I think what I need to do is call this like, I don't care, anything so that I can recognize it. Okay. One more. Okay, that was 4 times. I am worried because the black is underneath. I'd like to put it on top, but I don't know how I could put it on top without ruining it, right? Is there one that I could use that would work? You can't use Add Glow because it's black and white. No. It'd need to be something where the black kind of gets on the white, which I can't even think how that works. I should have made it black line with white on the outside and then just change the colors, inverted it. That would have been the smart way to do it if I'd have known ahead of time. Okay, I don't think there's a good way to do this. But I might be able to just blur the line itself. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. Let's just go with this for now. So that was 4 times. Okay. One thing I could do, no, I couldn't. It's too late. We're gonna have to just combine it like it is. There's all our images. It's been so long since I made brushes, I've already forgot how they work again. I don't remember if it's better to just make my own reverse versions of the image, or if I can do that through Clip Studio. I think I'll reverse them myself. Yeah, there's that one and a reverse version of it, so I must have found it easier to do it that way than trying to get the sprite itself to reverse in the drawing. So I'm just going to take all these. What happened? I pressed W. Do that. In fact, I should have just copied the whole folder, because it'll be a lot easier to rotate it there. So now we just flip it. Okay. I think that was still in the same spot too. Looks perfect. Alright. That's just an easy way to get 12 out of 6. Actually, if I rotated them the other way as well, I could get even more variance. Alright, flip them vertically. I wonder if that's overkill. Might be, but it gives me more patterns. And the worst thing is to have the patterns repeat too often. Okay, this one definitely travels a little. Okay. Also seeing a little bit there that I gotta remove from all of them. That's unfortunate. I should have done that before I duplicated them all, but whatever. Honestly, I should throw all these in an animation, I think. Make going through them a lot easier. Eh. I've ordered these in the wrong direction. They're correctly ordered. Now we just need 24 frames. Getting rid of the little bottom bit that appeared in some of them. Alright, let's hope that works. I think if the bottom bit appeared, that means I might have drawn a little bit in the top part, which might make this, if that line shows up, it's gonna like not be good. So let's hope I didn't make that mistake. I should have like gave myself a little bit more room between one to the other, I think. Anyway, we've got to register materials for all these. We have like a button for register, right? Convert layer. Oh yeah, I gotta convert all these. Okay, let's do that. I hate how it does the 1, 2. Just keep it the same name. Was it gray or monotone? I think it's gray. I wonder if there's a way to set up to make it not change the name when I try and convert. There probably is. There we go. No change for duplication. Maybe that'll work. Let's see if that'll work. No, still changes this. Ah, that sucks. It'll probably be faster to do this way. I'm gonna end up doing all of this, and I just feel like it's not gonna work because of the way it tiles. So I definitely made more than I needed. I usually don't stream this kind of thing, probably for a good reason. As you can see all the effort I went through for all the brushes I do make. Very similar to this. I really need to back up this now that I think about it. All my brushes, they're a lot of work. I would hate to lose them all. I don't know if I have backed them up, but I definitely should. Most of my stuff's backed up still. But this is one thing I don't think I've done. Okay, new brush. What's a good brush for this? It's some sort of ribbon brush. Problem is, none of these ribbon brushes actually have random images. So I might do better just... Actually, I think some of the seaweed ones do. Might do better just starting with this electric one and working from there. I don't remember how I named my brushes. I can't go look either. There we go. Lightning brush. Now let's edit it. Let's bit too hard to see from over here. Use the tablet. All right. Brush size. I think I do want to do a pen pressure thing for the brush size. I just want it to be mostly, I don't want like a lot of 0, 0. I want to curve about like that. No, that's backwards. Alright, so very little pressure gives you more output. That's what I want. Okay, that'd probably be good. So this is saying how much pen pressure I have to apply for how much output I get. So I don't have to apply very much to get more and more output, which means it'll be able to go sharp, but it'll mostly stay thick. All right, other things to change here, I think it's just this brush tip thing. Just type in LI. I remember where the direction's done, because clearly this is not the right direction. I thought it would just naturally do left to right. I mean, that's how it set it up, even though I drew it up and down. I'm not able to snap it. Oh, yeah. I don't see anything with direction. This is direction of applying. I thought if I change that, that would do it. Oh yeah, what if I do this? A bit confused by this. Is it because the sizes are changing? Maybe that's it. Well, I think I know what happened. Yeah, because God, I hate when that happens. Yeah, I know exactly what happened. Really hate that. I think there's a way to fix it too. God, I went through all of that for that. So what happens is one of the most annoying things about this is it crops it before it makes it a an image material, but because like the links on the side change, the center point changes between each of these images. So that's why it's not lining up correctly, because the center points of all these pictures aren't the same. Oh, I forgot I'm drawing up and down. That's why it's sideways. But yeah, it'll have these little jumps because of the origin point's not in the right spot. I don't remember what the fix for that was. Maybe that's why I kept these split up. Yeah, it's just the one picture. I think that is why I kept these split up. I don't know. I doubt this works, but if I did this and did register image material, nah, it just does the whole thing. Well, fuck. So I'm kind of curious. This brush right here, the default one. Oh, that's smoke brush. How did they get around it always being even? Right, because this is 3 different images. Are these images just perfectly fit? They don't seem to. But they line up perfectly. I really hate this. There's probably a way to fix this and I just don't know. I've never learned how to do it. As you can see, it's almost what I wanted. think I tried to make brushes that do what this is basically doing. You think I could just make like a brush that does the circle in the middle and the shading on the outside? I might be able to. The problem is whatever's in the back of the line will always overwrite what's in the front. So something like these pictures, it always goes over top of what it was. Oops. Also, what am I drawing on right now? Yeah, it's not good. Oh, I'm so aggravated by this. Like, I know what the problem is. I just have no idea how to fix it. I'm sure I've looked this up before. Oh. Wonder if there's got to be another way that I could register things as image materials so that I can create my own origin point instead of doing it this way where it automatically does it. I'd like to go through the files of Clip Studio and see if there's a way I can do it manually. I'm gonna hide the screen because I don't want to show anything. But I'm gonna go looking for my Clip Studio files. I don't even remember where they're at. I'd like to know where all these images I've been creating, where they actually get saved. I might have to Google it because there's so many folders that I have to go through to find it. But if they have the same names that I'm using when I'm saving them, that might help me find it. But if they're all saved into like some sort of folder that compresses them, I won't be able to find them. Okay, what's an example of one of my images I could look for? Oh, what the fuck? Give me no matches. This is going to end up being a boring stream. I might. Do I have any reason to actually put this on YouTube? Maybe. We'll see what else I accomplish, but it seems like most of my nights just trying to make this lightning brush work. If I don't do anything for the game specifically, I'm not going to put this on YouTube. Just have to talk about all that crap I talked about again. So it'll just be for Twitch. I'm searching my whole PC right now looking for some image materials I've created, the names of them. So if I can find them and find out what folder they're in, maybe I can paste my own images as PNGs or something, use those instead. Then I could actually control where the origin point is and how big they are. If it doesn't pop up, that means that it doesn't work the way I think it works. They're like all compressed in their own file or something. I like how the search bar filled up all the way up to like 99% and then it's just stopped there for the remainder of the time. The search bar, the loading bar or whatever, is just there to make you feel better about it. It's not actually based on how much it's loaded. And I've learned this. I bet that's actually how it works. Like the loading bar is designed to load at a kind of set speed, and then if it actually is gonna finish, then it sets the loading bar to actually like fill out the rest of it. But if it takes longer than that speed, then it'll just slow down to a crawl at the very end, not even move. So the loading bar itself isn't really telling you anything. Golly, all that time, I didn't even find one instance of it. I'm trying to think if there's an easy way to do this that doesn't screw everything up. I don't think so. Kind of upset this isn't working. There's like not a better way to do it without drawing a box and making the image always fill out that box, right? So that it always has the same origin point. Like you need dots on both sides, the top and the bottom, so that it always draws the full square. I don't think if there's another way I could do it. Like, I can't do. This is what I want to do. I would love to just be able to be like, here's a circle. Here's the black part behind it, right? But if I did this, the way this works is this little part of black on the bottom, as it's drawing, like this black part on top will, if I was drawing straight down, that black part would be on top covering everything up, right? If I drew this way. So the white dot will always get covered up no matter where you draw, because that's how the things actually work. So you can't just do that. So to get around that, I'd have to do like a white dot with the black part. I mean, this won't work. I already know it won't work. With the black part just being like on the sides. Erase it on the top and the bottom so it's more like a square or rectangle. I've got rectangle brushes, right? That's what I did to do these kind of brushes. This is actually just a rectangle, right? It's drawing in a, it's kind of hard to do. Yeah, it's just like a line, and it's following that line. It's not really a circle. So I could kind of do this, but like imagining this is it, it might work, and then I can just do this to draw my lightning with different values. Honestly, maybe that's the better way to go. I just need to do something to make it draw faster because this way, like, this thing always lags behind where I'm actually drawing with my pen, because it takes a while to like draw with this. I'm gonna try it. Let's see what it looks like if I do that. So, okay, the idea here is pretty easy though. Actually, I'm going to do what I'd said last time. Do this in reverse order. I'm going to do white over top of it. Yeah, I guess that could work. Is there a way to invert? I'm sure there's a way to invert colors. If I do that and then I go back to black. I just want that little bit of gray on the outside of it. Alright. It's going to be hard to see on, I mean, it's hard to see on either one of the backgrounds, but it'll be more like that. Alright, and then if I want to make this like a ribbon brush, what I need to do, delete that. Right. Right. So this is what I'm thinking. This will be my ribbon part. Kind of like that other brush I was doing. I just need to invert the colors. Reverse gradient. Yeah, that's it. Now we go. Okay, let's try this. This might be better off anyway. It doesn't matter what this is called. Alright, let's call it, I don't even know what you call this. I'm just gonna call it L-I-G. I'll call it light ribbon. It's kind of what it is. Well, I know that these failed too, so I'm going to go ahead and delete them, because otherwise they're just cluttering things up. There's a lot of time wasted. Oh, fucking hell. Come on now, get the point. Where's the yes to all button? Right, this is the blend brush, see, so it's just, yeah, a little rectangle. I tried a couple of these kind of things. It's like one-sided airbrush, which I thought was kind of cool, but a little odd. I think I should edit this chain to make it to where the sides aren't like cut like that. Anyway, we got this light ribbon brush. Let's utilize that. Hey, that looks like something. Still doing what I wanted. The thing is like how the ribbon works, I guess. Just repeat. Yeah, that's important. It depends on like how shaky I can get it. If I can't shake it side to side, then there's no point. Yeah, it looks weird because of the way the balloon overlaps itself. That's a shame. Figured that wouldn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work because the blend wraps on itself. Looks not good. Still kind of cool. It's fine as long as I don't turn too sharp, right? But I mean, the whole point of the lightning brush is to turn sharp. But this might be a cool little brush. Is it worth keeping? Maybe. I don't know what the hell I'd use it for, but I do have a way to do whatever that is. I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it. I'll hang on to it. It's not really lightning though. What would this be? We'll just call it light ribbon. Alright, still didn't solve my issue though. Yeah, I'm probably not going to put this stream on YouTube. This one's just for Twitch. Honestly, more I'm thinking about this, do I even need to do a lightning brush? Maybe I'm being lazy here. When you consider that I'm really just doing this. And this over top of it. No, that would be behind it, I guess. Maybe I should just get used to drawing my own lightning. I don't really need a brush to do it for me. I wonder what's the best way to actually draw lightning and get it to do the effect that I want. I guess it's really just draw the lightning part. I really need this brush to not be a marker though, it needs to get sharp at the end. Alright. I can do the trails. And then just draw in whatever color I want. But not like that. You gotta do like a glow or something. And that's a pretty quick way of just making lightning. Maybe I'm just trying to be lazy. I keep using that lightning brush when really I can just use a white marker. That's a bright red. That's cool. Ah, hard mix. Seems to be the one I want. Huh, that's gonna be hard to remember. And these hard mix uses the right levels of red and white, and I can still draw. Wait, no I can't. I still have to put it on top, or I can just put it underneath too. But it actually blurs the, no it doesn't blur the edges, it actually makes them worse. Now I'm confused. If I did normal, that's not good at all. But if it's underneath, does that look better? Okay, so we got one. Actually, there's a better way to do this. It'd be a lot better if I got rid of that white line. Okay, so one of these is hard mix, and the other one really should have got rid of that. Alright, that has to be backwards. So these are two styles. I think I like, yeah, this one makes it like very pixelated. It's kind of hard to see. While this one's very smooth. If I go in real close, you can see how pixelated this is compared to over here. It's very smooth with the anti-aliasing. So it seems like the best trick to making lightning is to just use the white marker, white sketch marker, with the color underneath it. No glow or anything. Because if it's a glow, it ends up shifting the colors too much. Though that changes depending on what the background is. That's true. Like they'll look identical on a red. Kind of depends, I guess. Yeah, I think that's better. I need to just stop using the lightning brush and do it by hand. It's not hard to draw lightning. I think I'm just being weenie. Alright, no lightning brush. Screw it. Oh, but that means we still have to do our lightning thing, our lightning effect. I completely forgot about that. So that means, okay, all this was a waste of time. Do not save. Do not collect do not pass go. Do not collect $100. There we go. Scaled sprites? Probably. They are the right size. I just really don't feel like I have much energy today. I don't know why. At least not for artwork. Oh, there's some spoilers. Don't look at that. Alright, stuff at the top. These are two I want to copy. This was the thing that I was just not happy with. The whole reason I started this whole thing. So the intro has to be like double the frames. This is way too fast. I guess I could kind of use this as a reference though. Oh, sure. I'll just do the 5 to start with, and then I'll do tweens later. I'm an idiot. None of these are going to be on the timeline. Still only going to go to 5. So I think I just got to drag these out and create these layers and then delete them. There we go. Now they should all be in. I wonder if I don't want to have forks on this or not. That one's the weirdest one. I think it's because This whole part looks weird. It just looks so boring right now compared to the other one. Did I get rid of the palette? It's probably in here somewhere. That one, I think. I don't know. It feels too plain. I should look at some more lightning effects. See what other people do. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I don't like this like static electricity style lightning. But you just kind of have to do it. I prefer the like that real lightning strike kind of effect. This kind of thing doesn't seem natural. Like a bolt thrower kind of thing. I mean, this is why a weapon like this doesn't really exist. Maybe I should just stop drawing lightning. Lightning is cool. It doesn't look too bad. It definitely looks more... I don't know. It looks a lot better than what I had before, which I've already erased what I had before, but that kind of Clip Studio paint style just doesn't feel... It feels too commercial, generic. I don't know. I don't know if I should talk about this, but I read recently that apparently you're not supposed to like export Twitch videos until 24 hours have passed. Which, if that's true, then why do they let you do it from the site? I mean, if they let you export it, they could easily just put a time limit on it to where you can't export until the video's so old. Can they really blame me? No one's seems to have cared. kind of want to just keep doing it like I've been doing it. Like, I kind of get the idea. It's probably just for people who like partner, so that they don't, so that Twitch gets, you know, those VOD views. At least for that first 24-hour exclusivity. Doesn't really apply to me, as I am now. It's not like that big of a deal. It's just minor aggravation, having to wait a day. Also, well, it's not really a problem now, but Twitch used to like mute your streams, and their system for muting was way worse than YouTube's. You'd have one like 3-minute song in there, and they'd mute like 5 minutes on either side of it. Like, I had to export my videos immediately so that I would beat that like auto mute thing. I've had a bunch of my videos get like, I just have no audio on them anymore because of that. Not any lately, because I started using copyright-free music. I don't think Twitch catches any of the songs that I use. YouTube catches a bunch of them, but they're always like fraudulent. It's people taking advantage of the YouTube monetization thing by copywriting video game music. Alright, I think those are the new effects. I gotta combine them together. I really want to look at like examples of lightning effects, just to see if there's anything I can do to spice them up. I don't know, most lightning effects go like multiple ways. Usually it's like they throw a lot of extra crap in, like shock waves and little like lightning particles, which I don't know. To me, I just think it's too busy. I'm not a huge fan of it. All right, one big difference is just looking at normal actual lightning. Before it actually like creates a single arc, the trails actually like kind of fade away. And that's one thing my brush can't do, right? But it would like fade out and get more transparent the closer it got towards the end. And I might be able to do something with like opacity on a brush. All right, let's duplicate this. Try and make a lightning marker. So I want something to change, not brush size, but opacity. I want this to change based on pin pressure, but I really only care about like the final bit. I guess it does have to, yeah, it's just gotta be something like this. Okay, that completely ruined it. Oh, it's because I'm drawing with transparent, so that makes sense. Doesn't really get that transparent at the end. Let's just try a flat curve. Find the problem with this, it's kind of nice, but you have to bear down really hard, which means you're going to get real thick line at the beginning. It's kind of against what I'm trying to accomplish anyway with the brush. Though the changing opacity is kind of nice. Nah, it needs to be like flat white at a small size, and then it just kind of fades off at the end. And real lightning seems to very rarely go back in on itself. Kind of like that, you know, doesn't really do that. At most it goes sideways, but then it continues on. Was I drawing all that? Yes, I was on one of these layers. I do that a lot. Okay, what am I erasing right now? How come I'm erasing something important? Nope, there it goes. Let me go through these to make sure I didn't just erase a bunch of crap. Kind of want, it'd be nice if you could set up based on like how it starts and how it ends to be different. I think there's a way to do that. It's not through here. There's like a starting and ending. Brush density, density of paint. I have no idea what this actually does. Nothing's changing. I do brush density instead. Oh, it just runs out after a little while. That's weird. It's not really what I want, but it does do the effect I want. It'd be nice if it had a better way to figure that out. Doesn't seem like it does. I don't know. I give up on that. But what else can I do to make lightning look prettier? I need lightning effects. Good. Alright, that could be a cool fadeaway thing. There's some really good effects artists on here. I guess a lot of it is I just don't know what I want. Like, I know how to do a good lightning strike. Not too worried about that. It's the, like, continuous type of lightning. The kind that doesn't really make sense outside of fantasy and sci-fi. You don't really see it. I don't know. You see it in, like, those magic lightning balls or whatever. There's some really nice looking lightning effects. The biggest one I'm seeing is making the lightning kind of fade away by like breaking apart. That seems kind of interesting. Seeing that in a lot of these, and it looks pretty good. Lightning is kind of a pain in the ass. You want to animate it really well. The way it moves is just Really weird. I'm trying to find a way that like I could cheat it where it looked pretty good without all the effort. But there's really not a great way to cheat lightning. It's just the more lines you put into it with random variation, better it's going to look. Might even be worse than fire. Fire's actually not as bad as lightning. Well, I guess the main reason I used lightning is because it was underwater. Lightning makes more sense than anything else as far as like bright and colorful thing underwater. I don't know. I've looked at a lot of lightning animations. None of them really like. I mean, some of them are really cool, and I'd like to do it, but just thinking of it practically, they're all very difficult to make the ones that I really like. Like, if I can't find that blend of ease to pull off or what, efficiency, I'm not really interested.
Where is home anyway? Is it someplace familiar or someplace unknown?
What I prefer to look at is like actual lightning arcs or you see some really good ones at like switch yards and stuff. I've seen that a lot. Oh yeah. When like a breaker breaks at on like a transformer yard, it's so cool watching the lightning like jump around in the air. That's like my best example of that and like an actual lightning strike. There's welding, but welding is, you can't ever see it. It's just a big bright circle that flashes. Flashing lights isn't really a great thing. I think I should come up with something else to use for lightning, right? Like if I think the whole shooting out big lightning beams is dumb, then why don't I come up with something new? Because essentially this is just like a plasma beam, right? It's not laser. It's just like superheated air. So if I think of it more like a plasma thrower or something. I don't know. I don't know what I want. I just know that I'm not a big fan of lightning throwing kind of things. Lightning strikes are cool, like lightning arcs, and static is cool. But the second it's like some concentrated beam of lightning, I can just never really get into it. And not like other things, like a flamethrower is always really cool. Any of these other elements. I think instead of like, I want to do something like a plasma thrower. But how do you do that without it looking like fire? I think after this game, I'm not going to do this lightning thing anymore. I want to find alternatives. It's just, I'm never happy with it. That's not good. This is as good as it's going to get. The alternatives here would be like some sort of, between each layer, I have the previous layer collapse and vanish. But there's no real easy way to do that without drawing it frame by frame and very slowly and meticulously. I'm not willing to do that. That's not efficient. So I could add like sparks and effects that come off of it. I could do that, just like I'll find points along it, but that's really hard to do when it moves in an angle. To find the specific point depending on where it is at the time. I do wonder, maybe I should do some particle thing though, where it shoots off sparks. Like, if this is where the beam is, shoots off some sparks. Should probably do that, add that to the game. Just to kind of hide, you know, blur the lightning effect with some pretty lights. I've done it again. I like drawing on my layers, don't I? Alright, well regardless, we've now got an intro thing that's many more frames. So it should give me more time, or give the player more time to see it coming before it actually gets to where it's supposed to be, and then it continues this animation as it goes around. I do feel like a fadeaway one would be pretty good. I'm not going to bother with it. Alright, I got to combine this stuff together. Honestly, there's probably ways to code lightning too. I've definitely seen it in other programs. We can make lightning jump from one point to another. Maybe I should look at like coding lightning instead. But honestly, I'm more of the idea that I abandon it and just stick to lightning strikes, arcs and static. No more emitters, no bolt throwers. Honestly, Soccer Frontier had some pretty cool lightning effects. Maybe that's what I should be looking at. There's like a lot of robot stuff where they throw lightning bolts and weapons. Also with the remake, maybe they improved some of those effects as well. Actually, now that I think of it, there's a really cool Saga Frontier weapon with the lightning. It basically has the lightning like shoot off and hit the ground, and it moves up. Hard to explain, but it's kind of like traveling along the ground while going forward, kicking up debris and stuff before it reaches its target, and then that's where the lightning strike part, if I was to do it, would go off. So it's like, yeah, it's arcing to the ground, traveling up to where it's supposed to go. Because that makes a lot more sense than, I mean, the whole point of the lightning looking weird is that it's not like touching anything. And lightning kind of keeps going until it hits something. It doesn't make any sense for it to stop in the middle of the air. Unless it's found a new, like a point to travel to. But if it's touching the ground, that kind of overwrites that. And just combined them all together. Also, this lightning bolt's gonna match my projectile a lot more. Alright, so just comparing these two. I think I do like mine a lot more. But yeah, it does match the projectile, doesn't it? No. Yeah, the way that one just looks like it's a picture, copy and pasted a lot, while mine is just always fresh and new. I think the difference though is this one's got some nice like orange gradients inside of it, which this style is missing. That was one of the things. There's definitely a way to do that. Something like adding a glow layer. But it changes the colors often. That's what I was trying to do earlier. Does it look better without? I mean, it looks more like real lightning, the way I've drawn it here. I clicked on so many things. It's taking me forever to get back. I don't think I can go back any further. Oh crap. Anyway, yeah, it definitely looks more like lightning. Because lightning really doesn't have a gradient inside of it. Like real lightning. It does at the ends, but that's because it's like fading out. But other than to erase them. I'm gonna have a way to fix that. All right, I'm happy with it. I thought, looking at them side by side, at least it's better. I like improving. It still doesn't meet my standards for what I want, but I usually have very high standards for myself. So that's no big surprise. So the best way to do this pretty sure when I exported these before, I keep them all in the same like cropped. Yeah, that's right. If I go here and go selection from layer, right, and then go edit, crop. That'll get all of it basically in the same spot. Now I can export it as is. Export animation, animation cells. Let's name this, actually I don't have to name it, it'll name itself. Okay. Alright. That should have got me what I needed. I'm not going to keep working on this. It's one. I'm just not feeling it tonight. We made lightning. At least that was something. I don't know why. I did add these things to the in here. This was to help me figure out what I'm going to do with my UI. Yeah, for like this part of the stage, I want to destroy this ship and make it look like a wreck. But looking at this, there's not really a great place to put a UI element. Like there, we got this little bit up here in the top left. I could make like a box or something. As long as it's small, but you gotta keep in mind, it's fine for this one because that's in the air. But the second you go into like a deep sea map, that's gotta follow the camera. So that's gonna obscure like the top corner of the map always. Might not be too bad of a thing. I mean, a lot of UI is about obscuring what you're looking at. Like look at Diablo, everything at the bottom of the screen obscures what you're seeing. And don't really care. I just don't know. I don't know what I want to do when it comes to UI. I'm so blank on it. I also thought about adding lights to the ship at night, but I'm not going to do that. It's too much work. Not quitting just yet.
I'm a living legend. You ain't heard yet, you not get the message. From the moment that I stepping in, I get a couple weapons. Yeah, I turn to a beast when I'm repping. I'm a living legend.
Alright, so I guess the next things would be the lights for the boat. Which would be, I guess, scaled sprites again. That's where the boat is. The lights for the boat is also in there. Okay. I gotta open this back up. Yeah, I don't think I want to do it tonight. I'm not putting this on YouTube. We didn't accomplish much other than draw like a really boring lightning effect. I don't think it's worth putting it on YouTube. Like, I know a lot of my streams get boring, but there is a limit to that too. Alright, so what do I want? These light sources. This would be a good place to start. These are the parts that I want. Just drag them out. Alright, so these are really what I have to work with. I want to do the lights that work for both of these on the world map. And then I want to destroy that boat somehow in a way that it looks like it's still able to float, but clearly has had some damage done to it. I'll probably start with the lights first because that sounds simple enough. But I think I'm gonna stop here. It's been 3 hours. I mean, I put it in an effort. Didn't really get a lot done. That's not necessarily true. Doing things incorrectly or finding out the right way to do things is also progress. Even if not a lot was achieved. I did learn a lot of things. Most of it is I'm not really a big fan of doing lightning this way. I'm just thinking, like, do I want to hold off on streaming until I get to a certain point? Maybe. I might just be able to stream tomorrow too. We just do doing the lights and destroying the boat. Going into the UI is going to be a little weird because I still don't really know what I want. But then again, I've streamed a lot of stuff that I wasn't sure what I was doing when I started this stream. So it's not that bad. Alright, I'm going to end here. Later.